Finally, a new video. Things have been a little bit slow over here as I've been recovering from a stress fracture. Last week, I got given the all clear via an MRI scan that I am ready to start training again, and I can now say that I'm training for my next marathon, which is in 12 weeks time. So I plan to bring you a new training series, yet to be named. We'll talk about that in a little while, but today's video will just be a bit of an update, talk you through how my training has been in the last few weeks, how recovery's gone from the injury, and how ultimately in 12 weeks time I hope to go from injured to PB racing in Copenhagen on May the 5th over the marathon distance. So I'll quickly make a coffee and then I'll tell you all about it. I am hot now. That's better. So I thought I would cast things back a little bit to October, which is when I initially picked up this injury. It came actually at the worst time possible because I was just about to go to Kenya for a training camp, and I was there for 6 weeks, and for the first 5 weeks of the camp I could hardly run at all, and I'm not going to lie, the last sort of 3 months, we're now in February, have been some of the hardest months in terms of my running that I've experienced. I started running in 2019, and ever since then I've had a few little injuries, maybe a couple of weeks off, but nothing to the scale of sort of a stress fracture. If anyone's had a stress fracture, you'll know that it takes around 10 weeks for the bone to heal. So the first sort of 5 weeks I wasn't doing any running at all. I started to do some cross training, which was quite successful actually. I was doing a lot of elliptical stuff, a bit of swimming, a lot of biking, and I was doing all that whilst I was out in Kenya. So in terms of the injury process, it could have been a lot worse. I think I was very lucky to be able to cross train pretty much throughout from day one. Fast forward a few months later, I've slowly been building back the running. There's been a few setbacks along the way. I had a quad sprain 2 weeks ago now, which I thought was a reoccurrence of the stress fracture. So yeah, that was a stressful period. I quickly booked an MRI scan, which cost me 265 quid. They're not cheap, but it was one of those things where I was like, I just need confirmation that I'm okay to continue training. And it turns out I didn't have a stress fracture. I got some great news from the GP. From the scan, both my femurs are now healthy, and there was actually no sign of the previous fracture, which was awesome news. Some 3 months down the line, I'm fully healthy now, so I've been given the all clear to start marathon training again, which is really exciting. I've been training the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks with a bit of like just lack of confidence, not knowing if my body is gonna break down on any run, not knowing how hard I can push things and sessions, and just generally not so confident in my running, which is tough. It's something I've not experienced in the last sort of 4 or 5 years since I started running. So yeah, it's been a tough period, hence why there hasn't been that many YouTube videos. I just haven't been feeling inspired to share that process. Obviously there was a few videos from Kenya, and I did the December Vlogmas series documenting what I was up to. But in terms of training videos, there hasn't really been much, just because a lot of the training I've been doing has been pretty uninspirational. But we're back. For the past sort of 4 weeks I've been doing sort of marathon sessions. The first one was out in Valencia. After the Valencia 10k, I did that as a bit of a rust buster to see where I'm at. I ran 32 minutes and 11 seconds, so about a minute and 50 seconds off my personal best, which is where I'm at the moment. That was good to know, sort of where my current fitness is at, so I can base my training off of that. Then I've done a few good marathon sessions since then, one of which was 2k repeats. I think I did 7 by 2k out in Valencia with Kush on the bike, helping me out, so really appreciated that. And yeah, since then I've done a good 2 other 30k sort of marathon sessions, so things are definitely moving in the right direction. I've been given the all clear, I'm healthy, and I'm now building back my training. All I need now is 12 weeks of consistency to hopefully get myself back in PB shape. At the moment, I'd probably say I'm in the worst shape that I've been in probably like 2 or 3 years. So sort of my previous 10k pace is now my 5k pace, my previous half marathon pace is now my 10k pace, that sort of thing. So everything has sort of shifted a little bit, but I know exactly where I am now, which I think is the best thing moving forward. And this weekend I've got an exciting race out in Seville. Originally was going to be a marathon attempt for my PB. So the plan was to start my training block in Kenya, to build up over the Christmas period, and then hopefully run a new PB in Seville. But obviously with the injury, that's not how things have worked out. I decided to push back the marathon from Seville 12 weeks later to Copenhagen, which is in May, and it's going to be my sort of marathon focus. But we booked for Seville in terms of flights, accommodation. My little sister's coming out with me, so I'm still planning to go out and do a bit of a marathon session. The plan is, at the moment, is to try and run the first 25 to 30 kilometers at my dream marathon pace, with the plan to bank a good training effort and then to continue training into the next few weeks. A few people have said to me, oh, why don't you just finish the marathon? Like, why don't you just get across the line? Like, it doesn't matter about the time. And that's true. I could do that. I could run the first 25 kilometers at sort of pace and then just jog it into the finish. But in terms of recovering from that effort, it may take me a lot longer if I did finish the marathon than, say, if I just do the first 25 kilometers. So that's my thinking. Bank a good training run and hopefully progress the marathon training in the next 12 weeks. But yeah, today on the plan, I've got just a 12 kilometer easy run. So I'm going to get this coffee done, lace up some new shoes. I think I'm going to take out the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s today in a bright orange colorway, and let you know how the training is looking in the next few weeks. So here they are, the Endorphin Speeds from Saucony. These were sent to me for the purpose of review, along with a few other shoes from the brand. So yeah, very thankful to Saucony for sending those out to me. Expect some full reviews coming in the next few weeks, but today I've just got a 12 kilometer easy run. Haven't unboxed them yet, but they're in a bright orange colorway. Definitely going to be seen out there at the moment. But yeah, Saucony Endorphin Speed. If you don't know this shoe, it's probably been one of the best, most versatile trainers on the market in the last few years. So this is the 4th version of the Speed. It's got a nylon plate, so it's good for like easy runs, but you can also do like tempos and intervals. And in terms of like value for money, it make it one of the best on the market as well, because you can basically do everything in it. You could do your recovery run, and then you could rock up to your local 5-10k and put in a race effort in this shoe. So yeah, excited to test that out today. Just 12 kilometers easy, as I said. I was down at the track last night, so my legs are going to be a little bit tired, which I have to take into consideration when I'm testing shoes. So I'll do a few runs in the speeds before I share any like first impressions, that sort of thing. But yeah, get those laced up in just a minute. I'm still self-coached, and I plan to be for this block. I'm following a very similar training plan to what I've done for previous marathons, which have sort of like a marathon session every week, and also some faster speed stuff down at the track that I do with my team, Chelmsford AC, my athletics club, as well as sort of a moderate long run at the weekends. So yeah, 3 sort of hard days in my training plan, and then 4 days easy. And I'm also planning to do quite a bit more cross training and strength work this time to hopefully stay injury free, touch wood, in the build up to Copenhagen. But yeah, here's the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s. I'm just going to change into some running gear, and then I'll take these out for a spin. So the next thing I need a bit of help with is a name for the series. Traditionally I've done Road to Valencia, 220 project, all these different things, but I'm trying to come up with a name for this one, which I wouldn't mind some help with down in the comments if you've got any ideas. So at the moment, a few that are sort of ticking around in my head is the Danish Dream. Obviously going to Copenhagen to run the marathon, that could be a good one. Road to Copenhagen, that seems a little bit naff to me. From Fracture to Marathon, or from Fracture to Hope, something like that. But yeah, if anyone's got any good ideas for marathon series titles, then please drop them down in the comments. Hopefully by the next video I'll have one locked in, but at the moment this is episode 1 of training for Copenhagen Marathon in May, so if you can help me out with a title, that'd be great. And the plan is, for the next sort of few weeks, well 12 weeks leading up to the race, I'm going to bring you at least 1, hopefully 2 or 3 videos a week documenting my training, everything that I'm doing in terms of the running, the recovery, the nutrition, my fueling strategy. And that's also a good point. If there's anything you want to see in the next sort of 12-week series, then again, please leave it down in the comments. That would be great. So, just got back from my run, 12 kilometers, nice and easy. Today is Wednesday, which is my sort of more recovery run day. So 4:47 per kilometer, average heart rate, let's have a little look, 133 beats per minute, so nice and chilled. Just did a 6k out and back. And a few new parcels have arrived at the house, exciting stuff, so I thought I'd just quickly unbox them while my lunch is in the microwave. Wow, that is one hell of a care package. Look at all that goodies. So I've got some muscle and joint balm. I tend to use this product after my sort of track sessions, hard workouts. Usually use it on my calf and quads, the areas that get sore for me. And it's really good for sort of helping with any inflammation, pain reductions. I've got 2 of those. I've got some freeze roll on, which I use before I go for a run, save my legs are feeling stiff. It sort of produces like an ice cold sensation, which just helps wake up your legs. It's got 2 of those bad boys. I've also got some ultra magnesium. So Pure Sport have started to move more into sort of like the performance supplements. So magnesium is meant to be really good for helping recovery, improving the quality of sleep. So I've heard some really good things about that. I've not tried them before, but there's 90 capsules in there. And I've also got the Unwind capsules, which are like a sleep nootropic. So yeah, again, they help you with the quality of your sleep, which just helps boost recovery. So yeah, thanks to Pure Sport for those. These are the sort of products that I use. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link in the description of my videos. What have we got in here? Ooh la la. So these are the Cloud Monster 2. So I can't show you these just yet. Nice colourway, that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, going to be testing those out in the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing a little bit of stuff in Barcelona with On later next month, so I'll be testing those out. They look really nice. The On Cloud Monster was one of my favourite daily trainers of the last sort of 2 years really, so excited to try them out. And there's a few items of clothes here as well. I think those come directly from ProDirect, so thanks to ProDirect for the hookup of the On gear. But yeah, a few little parcels there. I'm going to grab my lunch and then I'll talk you through the aim of this marathon. What's the goal? What am I expecting to cross the line in Copenhagen in 12 weeks time? Woo. Gosh. So, the goal for Copenhagen Marathon is to break 2:24, which is my current PB. I think that I possibly can get myself in a little bit quicker than that shape. Hopefully, if things go well, I'll be looking at around 2:22. If things go amazingly on the day, then 2:20 will definitely be the barrier. I'm basically going to see how the training progresses over the next few weeks to see how sort of marathon pace feels and develops. Obviously, coming back from a big injury, it's hard to sort of put a definite sort of pace on your marathon, especially the longer stuff, but we'll see. 3:20s is ambitious. 3:25s is my current PB shape, so I expect to run somewhere between 3:25 and 3:20 per kilometre, and that's what I'm going to train my marathon pace over the next sort of 12 weeks to see if I can make that stick over the 42.2k. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Just a bit of an update. I'm back training for the marathon, which is the great thing, and it will be in Copenhagen. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next 12 weeks. Let me know what you'd like to see in terms of the series. Help me out with the name, and we'll see you again soon. Aspire to run, run to inspire.